Okay, let me go live. I think I have the title right. All right. We do need to speed this along a little bit because of the delay. Not too much. It's not like we're rushing too much. I don't have much updates other than my 11, not 11, my Shanks Loki video. My editor told me that it should be out this week. So, given that I don't have it today, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, but it's also a video that's been delayed by like 3 months, so or 2 months, 3 months. Once I get that video out, I feel like the momentum will come back where I start posting regularly again, because then I'll have an editor and then I can balance it with work and stuff. So, um, let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, did notifications, updated the thing. My mic. Oh yeah, it's not the shirt mic, so the mic quality might be less, a little less than usual. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else. Let me close. No, not close poll. Oh, that's why. Streamlabs. Cool. Do this. Icon, what's up? What's up, YouTube? Pull this over here. There we go. Someone asked if I have my predictions that I posted with Sai. I did pull them up before. Did have them right here. There we go. Oh yeah, and I am streaming. There shouldn't be. Okay, there shouldn't be any lag. There was some lag on the Reverie. Oh yeah, Reverie. We had Reverie over break week. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. I did have some highlight moments. I feel like talking about feet. Why did it have to be footsteps? Why couldn't it be hand claps? Um we're reading the chapter TCB. TCB dropped it. We only read typically in the last few years TCB. So keeping it strong that way. Thank you TCB for your service. Um Let me see. What was I saying just before this? Oh, Reverie. Yeah, we had some good. I feel like I talked a bit during the Sanji moment, Sanji stuff, and then I'm trying to remember. I didn't get to say as much as I wanted on the Usopp Yasop stuff, but that's also the Usopp Elbaf lore desire. I didn't say too much about that. But oh, there's one other thing. I might need to pause stream in like I low key was waiting to see if the person would come at 2. There's someone supposed to come to my house at like within 30 minutes. And so I'm gonna need to pause real quick to go handle that. Doing some of the driveway. Um and they haven't showed up yet. I was hoping to get it out before we started the stream, but now or before we started the reading, but now we're probably gonna get into the reading and just jump into it. So yeah, there was Reverie. Go check out the Reverie on Rogers Basic channel. Definitely had a lot of fun. Was enjoyed it. Got to say some of my piece. And then hopped out. Actually, I stayed for the entire Reverie basically. There's that. Then Shank's Loki video, which if there's a video to come out, it's only that one because that's with the editor. If my editor gets back into shape, then we will have regular ep- episodes videos again. We'll have regular videos again, and I'm gonna try in this chapter see I could definitely try to see if I could do a chapter review or chapter. I'm thinking less about chapter reviews and just making a not a prediction per se, but just like theories, just kind of like what I was doing with the Candel stuff, just more focusing on what's going to happen next rather than what happened in the chapter. So there's that. Um, let me see. Brother, in other chats, they keep bringing up feet piece from the Reverie. All right, so then I did my job. I did my job. I did my duty. The world knows about feet piece. They needed to know. They were missing out on Herald lore. Like the side prediction, yeah, just more of my thoughts, I guess. The side prediction stuff is pretty quick, so I don't like flesh out my thoughts as much. Um, Dang, Mega Migs with the 3 years as a moderator. That's a new one. I didn't know that they give notifications for that. Appreciate you moderating this. I mean, the last 3 years have been pretty quiet on Twitch, but still dope. Every time I had a Twitch stream, you were there, or most of the streams. You get what I'm saying. Um, but yeah. All right. Let's hop into it. Just checking the driveway. Cool. Nothing there. Um, and without further ado, chapter 1189. Okay. Wait, where's the timing? Okay, 8 minutes in. Oh, that's pretty good. And welcome to the knock up stream where we get knocked up and we also I was gonna say something really out of pocket, but uh hashtag feet piece. I even changed the title of the video, the 1 hour long theory video that I posted recently. Not recently, now it's like 3 months ago. Not 3 months ago. Has it been? No, 2 months. 2 months ago. Definitely not 3 months. I changed the title. I put feet piece, hashtag feet piece after the Reverie. So there's that. But yeah, we're here for chapter 1189. We got chat. We got the notification sent out. Um, I think we could just hop into this chapter. Um, I might need to pause to take care of some house things, but I'm I can see that my son is watching for the truck to come in, so that's kind of funny. But the other than that, I have like a meeting at 5, so in like 3 hours, so we should be good. We should be able to get Sai in here too after the stream, and yeah. All right, let me start the timer and start the chapter. King of the World, chapter 11. Oh, Nami. Chapter 11. I feel like I said the same thing last chapter. Oh, color spread. Chapter 1189, King of the World. King of the World. Okay. Okay. King of the World is Davy Jones, is Rocks, is Blackbeard showing up? Is the uncrowned king of the world going to appear? Oh, look, it's monkeys, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro. The three proverbial wise monkeys sit in a seiza. Cover request by Toshigazu. As Nami lectures them for their mischief. Speak, see, hear, see no evil. Speak no evil, hear no evil. Oh, wait, no, see no evil, speak no evil. Yeah. Hear no evil. I think I said it out of order. Um, but yeah, what did they do? Oh, they beat each. What did they do? Oh, they painted. They painted each other and got Nami's clothes wet or painted. I thought they beat each other up bloody, and that was blood until I scrolled and saw the paint bucket. Um, interesting. Interesting. I feel like might be another chapter where it relates to because like this is Luffy in his Gear 5 pose, like in his, like the laughing thing, and then Sanji. I this is what I talked about the Reverie. I was saying that like, um, that the Sanji that is a conquerors is the type of person that doesn't let, like what Queen was saying, that like how could you hurt her or whatever, like, and the girl blaming Sanji when he knows that he didn't do it, like he hears no evil, like he's trying to drown out the hearing. Zoro is interesting. Say no evil. I don't know if maybe he needs to see no evil. um I don't know if King, when he took off the mask, I guess Zoro did say like I need to know what race he is, right? So um there's that. Hmm. Interesting. Buy a house. Nothing else special, but besides this is called the King of the World. Seems like the King of the World, or the future King of the World, King of the Pirates, is getting scolded by Nami. Maybe that's supposed to mean something. We have Oda's note. I watched the heroine special with my daughter, and her reaction was priceless. That's dope. I need to watch it. I keep forgetting about it when it comes down to it. I'm just like, I just only remember it when Sai brings it up, or I guess now when Oda brings it up. I'm so grateful it captured the hearts of the female characters. You should definitely check it out. All right, Oda said to check it out. Um, that means I gotta check it out. Say less, Oda. Say less. I watched Heroine's special with my daughter. Why? What? Why did I read that? There was something I was gonna say. Oh, just that makes sense. Like the target demographic, Heroine's probably for his. Wait a second, his daughter's. Oh, I was gonna say huge. Isn't his daughter like old? How old is his daughter? Is his daughter in like? His daughter's probably like my age, not my age, but like yeah. Wait, no, probably. Huh. Okay. All right, now I need to prepare myself. I just scrolled a little bit and then reminded myself of where we are at with One Piece, and yeah, King of the World. Let's see what we get. Is it a fake out? Oh, I was not a fan on the Reverie of the fake out. Wait. From this panel, it could still be a fake out. Even though I was saying I was one of the people that said it's not a fake out and that'd be trash if it was. But I did bring up how Cole said it could be a fake out and posted a video about it. Okay. Luffy after just one hit from damn, even the editors kind of getting Luffy. Damn. I wonder if Oda read this. I mean, the editor note, because he write the dialogue, but like this is the editor note from the Shonen Jump, right? So that one might not be read by Oda. Nerg, Huff. Okay, and then we go into the shriveled branch, and we kebab him. Yeah. What is this considered? This isn't like a crucifixion, but it is. He's skewered and kebabbed. That's all I got. I'm brown. That's close enough. Um, yeah, wow. That's crazy. Just straight into the tree. Pinned him. I think pinning was the word I was looking for. He pinned him to the tree. Not crucified, pinned. Um Usopp with one of these future sight bubbles. Wait, what? What? What's wrong, Usopp? Wait, hold on. Why did he get a? Isn't this like a future sight? We were just talking about this. How like this symbol, like Luffy had it, and it was future sight. Usopp future sight, but it was not far enough into the future. I guess it's Luffy. That's crazy. Weren't they just in the air? I thought that the crew would have been able to see Luffy get skewered. I thought Luffy getting skewered was in full sight. So when Luffy went down and Emu jumped up, they didn't jump that high, is what I'm getting. Because that's what last chapter I remember being confused. I was like, it looks like Luffy just jumped into the sword and Emu was on the ground. But if they didn't jump high enough, then I guess the Straw Hats can't see this. Because I thought that would be significant that the Straw Hats just watch Luffy just get clobbered. What's wrong, Usopp? It's Luffy. I'm just worried if he's gonna be all right. What? Why are you being so ominous all of a sudden? I don't know. Maybe it's because he's fighting a flying demon monster, Nami. I don't know. How about like that is scary. Why wouldn't you be worried about Luffy? Of course he'll be fine. Don't forget, his opponent swiftly defeated a large giant. So something about the way Jinbei said that, it's like it's not just any large giant. It's the prince. It's the strongest giant. I mean, he doesn't know that, I guess. Yeah, but this is true. Of course, it'll be fine. Don't forget, his opponent swiftly defeated a large giant. Grr, hey, Fishman, huff huff. Who the hell are you saying he defeated? Dang. And then Jinbei's standing there flexed up like a bouncer to a club with the Ragnar in the back. All I can say for sure is that Luffy's hockey suddenly weakened just now. I'm surprised it's not just disappeared. I'm surprised that the hockey is just not gone. Well, okay, I would be surprised if it was just gone. No, would I? I don't know if I would be. Okay, all right. So Luffy's pinned. Strats don't see it. Jinbei has the voice of reason a little bit, but Usopp was able to sense it, I guess. There, she's completely thought out. Oh, there we go. That was one of the predictions I had. Oh, I forgot to go through the predictions. Oops. Well, we're not going to do that now. But one of them was Shuri gets thought out, which wasn't the hard one. That one is like 100% chance. Princess Shuri, we shouldn't warm her up too quickly. Don't worry, I don't have any body heat. Fair enough. What happened back then? Tell me. Goddamn, Brooke. Tell me about that time. It is you, isn't it? I mean, like, yet it's one of those things where it's like she just got thought out, but it's also like give her a second, you know? Princess Shuri, squeak squeak, stay back. Don't get in the way. Squeak squeak, get. Brooke, are you good here? If things get scary, then Hiredin, we're going too fast. Hiredin? What is Hiredin doing? I thought Hiredin was dead. Not dead, but like he wasn't the last time we saw him. He was flat on the ground. And he wasn't even like talking, I don't think. And then she was getting her fingers fixed. Am I forgetting? Or did Hiredin fight Zaza? No, I thought he was just down. Huh. Interesting. Kia Loki incoming exclamation point. Did they just crash the ship into Loki? Guard point. Okay, so Chopper's here. Whoa, Chopper. Getting the better airbagging for Gerd, who already comes with 2 airbags pre-installed. Crazy. Crazy. Leave it to Chopper when he should have been protecting probably Hiredin. But Loki gets a good feel for him too. Oh, I see. If Chopper wasn't there, Gerd would have smashed into Loki. Where's Jinbei? Jinbei should have been protecting them from the ship. He's the helmsman. Why didn't he steer this ship out of the way? Oh, right. It wasn't on fire. That's why. Jinbei's only allowed to do stuff if it's on fire. What are you guys doing here? Hiredin, Gerd, Chopper. Thank you, Chopper-kun. You're so cute and reliable. Damn it. Wish. Praise like that doesn't make me happy or anything, you jerk. I need to hurry, Loki. Let me see those wounds. Yeah, see, the problem with this is that Chopper needs to see the wounds. Because last time Gerd said that he would be down for like months on end, and then he got up and fought Emu and came back with wounds that are aren't even comparable to what Shamrock's did. I guess they are comparable. They got 3 stab wounds, but like Loki was fine. And then he fights and then gets a giant gaping hole in him. So now Gerd is gonna be like, nope, you're just dead. Sorry, let me look at those wounds. Oh, sorry, these aren't wounds. Those are a death sentence. That's gonna be her prognosis. Whereas Chopper is the real one. He's the One Piece doctor. Don't forget who fixed your fingers, Gerd. Don't forget. There's levels to this. There's blood everywhere. This is bad. Oh my god. Typical normal doctor looks at the blood loss in One Piece. Psh. You guys will make my injuries worse. Yes, see, this is how the One Piece logic is. Doctors make the injuries worse in One Piece. What did you come here for? Huff, huff. Hired, it's a waste for you to make a stand here. But go back up Loki? But what do you... Yarul. You're trolling me. You're trolling, right? Hired, it's a waste for you to make a stand here? So go fight the demon god that just cleared your crew and beat your brother senseless? But the kids, even if we rescue the children, it'd be just a temporary reprieve. Their goal is to totally subjugate Elbaf by force. Do you really think this is a position they just decided over on at the Reverie? Oh, Yarl thinks that he doesn't think like the world government decided this, right? Like that would be crazy if at the Reverie, unbeknownst to us, the kings actually agreed to subjugate Elbaf by kidnapping the children. That would be significant. A significant update to the Reverie events. Like if Sabo came back from the Reverie and is like, you would not believe what I heard. They're gonna siege Elbaf next. You'd be like, huh? What do you mean? Okay, like I know why Yarl's saying this, right? But it makes no sense. No, don't go back up Loki. Do what you're capable of. Go save the kids. It's just temporary reprieve. Yeah, sure, but like it's the only like solution that you can do. Loki's gonna be sitting there like, wait, no, you should have saved the kids. You have no shot here. That can't be the whole story, right? That man is likely at the heart of this. Oh, okay. I didn't read the full thing. Okay, cool. So he's saying that the Reverie didn't say that. That man is likely at the heart of this. Loki, do you have any idea who that guy is? Yeah, sort of. Okay. All right. So we got the filler characters out of the way. Time for the main attraction. It seems thou art unable to move. Oh, is he pulling? He is pulling another. I was like, wait, what? His sword is in Luffy. What is this? And then it's another sword. Yo, this shit is just. This is okay. I did. Was it the Reverie? Someone said like the wheel. This is just inventory, bro. He just it is just like he's pulling out weapons from the Omen. Is this just the power of it? It just has a bunch of weapons inside, which makes the omens he gives, can they do this? Because then it's like you know what? Okay, like is this sword and oh they are different. The hilts are different. Okay. I was gonna say like is it the same sword? It's not the same sword. It doesn't look like the same sword. They're very long though. They are long swords. Okay, let's take a look at this. Because I was gonna say, like, how many bohus can he get? This sword feeds on life force. How many slashes can you endure before perishing? Wait, which sword? The one that's in him or the one that's this one? This one feeds on life force. Then what was the difference in that and Vohu? What does Vohu do? I thought Vohu was the one that drains life force. This one does too? Monkey D. Luffy, such a detestable name to Mu. And yet thou hast two elder siblings who go by different names. A brother slain by the Navy, and the other is a prominent member of the Revolutionary Army. Okay, Sabo mentioned, Ace mentioned. Okay. Not even saying their names, though. Very interesting. Oh, whoa. He just pointed it at the tree and it just blew to smithereens. Okay, this is different than the other sword. I'm like, how is this sword different than the other one? They both drain life force, it looks like. And then he just points the sword and it's a point and click. It's a point and click, no dodging involved. He just was demonstrating the active ability of this sword. Huff Huff. Oh, he just pokes him again. I mean, it's more than a poke. He didn't slash him. He Fragarak? 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 Fragarash? Maybe backwards? Charagarf. Nope. Nothing. What an ill-mannered trio of siblings. As Luffy continues to get the snot sliced out of him. Wow. Okay. Yeah, see, like, what is... You know what? The angle that the sword looks like, it looks like it's going into the X on his chest. Exactly. And it looks like the other sword is also... It's just recreating the X. It's like getting a touch up to your tattoo. That's what Imu's doing right now. Just perfectly lining it up. It's like I almost stayed back in first grade or whatever, kindergarten, because I couldn't color in the lines. Imu's demonstrating what I couldn't at that age. And it wasn't because I couldn't, it's because I didn't want to. But yeah, very, very interesting. Just stabbed him again. And we're just supposed to be like, oh no, Luffy comes back from this alive. He must be the one that we spoke of. Red Hair mentioned him back then. What? With this ability, I'll make sure Pops and those soldiers have no regrets? Wait, what? Okay, what? We're flashbacking. Gabon, Loki. Okay, so... Okay. So it's after Ragnar, so it's like after they killed Harold, I'm assuming that time. Because he has his hammer. And they're all here. I'll make sure Pops and those soldiers have no regrets. Who's saying that? Oh, Loki. Okay. I don't know why. I was like, why is Shanks saying Pops like Whitebeard? And I was like, why is Shanks calling him Pops? And I was like, oh, it's not Shanks who's talking, it's Loki. Duh. Hold on, Loki. I know you're angry, but you can't do that now. Perfect. What are you talking about, Red Hair? Are you really gonna stand? Oh no. Oh no, my video. Are you really gonna stand in my way when I want payback for my dad? I considered Harold a friend. I'd like nothing better than to avenge him too. But you have to think clearly. The government just attempted to take over Elbaf. Your priority should be to prepare for war. Damn. Oh my god. Okay. What a flashback. Huh? A full-on war with the world government? That's not what I have in mind. This is personal. Dad and those men have regrets I need to lay to rest. I'm talking about revenge on the ones responsible. And just who is that? Who is your target? all those world government bastards. The ones who try to use Harold is the king of the world. Fair, fair disclosure of the information from Shanks. This is interesting having this conversation here. This makes maybe I just have to add like a minute to the video then. Just acknowledging this conversation because it'll be kind of awkward. So if the video gets edited and I can post it this weekend, then I post it. And I'll add a minute to it. Damn. I'll show you guys the thumbnail so you guys see when it's ready. Let's see though. Okay, but this conversation happening here makes sense. It makes sense rather than it happening later on. What are you saying, Shanks? The world government has no sole ruler. It'd contradict everything they stand for. Hey, Shanks. Who's saying this? Who's saying hey, Shanks? Is that Gabon? It's okay if you don't believe me. Haha, if there is a secret king, I can just take his head and be done with it. Even if you make it to the Holy Land, the king's power is immeasurable, and that's if you can make it there. There is someone who managed it once. Oh, he didn't even say the name. Oh, and Shanks, wait, what? How does Shanks know that? There's someone who managed it once? Is Shanks the narrator of the story? Does he just change his voice? Does he alter his voice for the story? Because how does he know that? Did Emu or Gunko, I guess? I guess it's a talk of the town. Like, I guess the Holy Knights just are like, no, but it's kind of crazy because at God Valley, they were talking to rocks like, this guy is special. They didn't seem like they knew rocks prior. But if we're finding out that people at Shanks's rank even knew that rocks invaded the capital or the Holy Land. Oh, make it to the Holy Land of the King. He doesn't know. Okay. I jumped the gun. I thought he was saying there's someone who managed it once, as in got into the flower chamber, but he's not even saying that. He's just saying there's someone who made it to the Holy Land, which that part is already known. That part is known. Which is why, without even saying his name, Loki knows talking about rocks because of headlines. Got it. We don't need to rush into this fight just yet. Wait, why does he say that? What do you know now, Shanks? Shut it already. You don't get to boss me around. Dang. We don't need to rush into this fight just yet. I feel stronger about my theory, but some of this dialogue is interesting. We don't need to rush into this fight just yet. That makes his their later on meeting even more interesting. Because this conversation happened already. So like next time they meet, what's the premise of what they're talking about or fighting over? I don't care where that prick is hiding. I'll destroy everything in my way. Don't do anything stupid, Loki, says Jarl. That's smart. Those few years I left the country, I wasn't even able to make it to him. If the king of the world really has come out to play, this is the perfect chance. Yeah, but you weren't even able to make it to him because you stopped at Shanks. And we need to know why you stopped at Shanks or how you stopped at Shanks. Because you're so goddamn strong. You're so simple-minded. Say what? But I have no objections in this case. I'm going to take... Arden, are you listening to the story, bro? Your brother wasn't able to make it to him. Loki, say it's because you're not strong enough. It's just so hired in. Bro, bro, bro. Loki threatened to pick up the hammer. Just pick it up. And Hiredin is like, no, stop. None of that. He was afraid of his brother, and he's gonna take down his father's enemy. Fine. This is Yarrow's fault. This is Yarrow's fault. All the way back here. Where did he say? Go back up, Loki. Yeah, okay. Sure, buddy. Okay. This is an unreal conversation. Jinbei, what do you have to say? I need to know. I need to know what is unreal. If the world has a king, then... Oh. This wasn't just a flashback. Everybody heard it. Okay. Got it. I don't know. I like sometimes like even this distance right here where they're like Hiredin's here and then the gang's up there, even at that distance sometimes the information doesn't transfer, you know. So they also heard this. That's important. I just told you not to get in the way. Cheap. He says he's froze her because she's dangerous. Oh, we have Chopper. Translating. Okay, that might be the best thing of the chapter. That not only did Oda conveniently bring... Okay, I changed my whole tune. The whole point of Hiredin coming here wasn't even... It wasn't for Hiredin. We know that. What is he going to do against Emu? Like, realistically, the reason why Hiredin needed to come was Oda needed a way to bring Chopper here. To translate Ragnar. That's it. Because Gerd's not going to doctor. She ain't doctoring, okay? And Hiredin ain't revenging. He's not avenging. So if that's the case, then why bring them here? They needed a vehicle for Chopper to ride on. To bring him to Ragnar. To translate. Because he is translating in this chapter. It's not something like, oh my god, guys, Chopper's nearby. He can No. Oda actually, one chapter brought him and same chapter translate. This is huge. We're not relying on Scopper anymore for the truth of the world. And okay, this is another thing, because people kept on bringing up that like, oh, Chopper can translate Ragnar. I was like, we might not be able to get like info out of him because technically he's a hammer, and I don't think Chopper speaks hammer. He's a hammer that has the squirrel fruit, so like we don't know how that works, but like he should have the memories of the hammer. And it's kind of like Luffy is Luffy and he has the Nika fruit, but he doesn't have Nika's memories. In the same vein as like Ragnar doesn't have Ratatusker's memories. He's a hammer. He's Ragnar. And hammers may have memories, but like we don't know what that means. So like there's a limit to what Chopper can translate, but like I'm glad that he's translating. That was the entire point. I just don't want to make that obvious. There was no point in Hiredin. I'm looking at the Hiredin not doing anything. I promise you. I promise you. Not doing nothing. Hiredin's as low... Okay, man, I should just keep reading. Hiredin's as low of a belief, and you guys, if you guys have been watching, I'm not a Hiredin hater. I'm just a Hiredin, like, I've just lost. Oda wrote Elbaf to make Hiredin lose. There's no winning for this guy on Elbaf. His mom isn't even his mom. On the cover story where there's the kid drawing mom and Ida's the mom, it was Loki who did that, not Hiredin. I'm pretty sure that was in story 2, basically. Ida's son, Loki. Oh god, yeah, I promise you. It was all for Chopper. Okay. You're the one who froze her. Well, she may indeed be dangerous, but I assure you it's not her fault. She was being controlled. This girl is like a daughter to me. Cheap? Oh, I love the thought bubble. This girl, Brooke, How does this make sense? He has an afro. No afro. That's essentially what he's doing, right? He's like, how does skeleton make girl? Give me 1 second. Hello? Okay. All right, give me a second, guys. Let me. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Driveway people came. Um, Let me see. Let me start the timer again. All right. Cheap. All right, we got that part. Sounds like there's a lot of interesting things going on here. Robin. Robin! Chopper, I want you to come to the library right away. Oh! For the Biplo! Oh! Yeah, okay, see, I was not. All right. I went on the whole tangent. It was worth it. Hiredin and Gerd were literally to bring Chopper close to the library so that Chopper can translate Biblo. That's it. There's nothing more. Nothing more out of the Hiredin and Gerd arrival. I could be wrong. I could eat my words, but it's the. I was getting the sense of the Chopper. The like when we are this efficient with characters, like this is efficiency right here. Ragnar's cheaping, and we got instant translations. We're on a tier of efficiency that just means that like this is purposeful. This is huge, big deal, big news. And then not only is it so big news that we not scuff over, sorry, that's the wrong word, but like we move over. Robin's like, no, we don't even need you here, Chopper. We need you at the library because we're illiterate in bird. We need you, and it's gonna be perfect. Biblo and Chopper are gonna be best friends. I'm so glad. The efficiency of these two panels right here, insane. Stall, howdy. Next is okay. All right, so then we drone back into the oh, an axe. Next is oh my. Apologies, but this is the next blade Thou must suffer. He doesn't even get to choose. It's orange. Okay, this is just an inventory box. This is just. He doesn't even know. That's crazy. How unfortunate the third one up is Jin Chen. Jin. Okay, someone's gonna get me kissed. Oda. Oda. Help me out with this. Come on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Arg. Interesting. I was like looking at the axe. The axe is kind of cool. Huh. And he can't count the eyes. Because it should be 18 minus 3, 15 eyes, right? Technically. I'm like so absorbed by this situation. So like these are all blades. Gabon is a swordsman. A bladesman, sorry. Um Having an axe. Jin Chen. Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. We just oh, okay, then we get some Zoro. Oh, hold on. Hello? Yeah, yeah, I'll come. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me just okay, okay, okay. Let me finish reading this and then we'll go. Seaport Sea Cloud Port Western Village. King of Hell. 3 Sword Dragon, 103 Mercies. Okay, Zoro versus Sommers. Dragon Damnation. Graham, wait, he used that sword before. Okay, okay. I just realized there's more pages. There's more pages. I'm gonna pause. I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. All right. Sorry about that. Now I'm back. I am back. We're well over time. I don't need the headphones. Let me see. Let me scroll back up a little bit. All right. 3, 2. What time are we at? 52? Cool. All right. My phone will be going off nonstop because there are people in the house. So I'll just move that to the side so I'm not distracted. King of Hell, sword dragon, 103 mercy. So this is crazy because he's bringing out King of Hell moves against Sommers. And Sommers brings out Graham, which that was a sword that Emu used against Loki, Dragon Damnation, and then Graham. Is he using the sword that Emu pulled out earlier? So then this thing is, so then they could just pull out anything, but it's not like a copy. Yeah. 800 years ago. Oh, whoa. Okay, whoa. Holy moly. What do you mean 800 years ago? Good thing I stopped right here to go take care of that business. Because if I read 800 years ago, I would have left immediately, but I didn't even see that. That's a good pause moment. 800 years ago, the 19 kings who forged our world made a vow of, we already know this. What? Made a vow of equality. They placed their swords all around the empty throne to mark that oath. Tohu? Bohu? Oh, this is Bohu. Bohu is Bohu. Nemesis? Oh, so Nemesis was a sword too. Longinus? Stigma? Muramasa? Muramasa? Isn't that a famous? I mean, we know the 19 world weapons. They were all laid to rest there? Okay. But guess what? When the Great One revived us with Omen, he granted us access, revived us? Oh, like in Elbath. I thought he was still talking about like 800 years ago. When the Great One revived us with Omen, so he gave them Omen, he granted us access to them. I'm not lying. Their power is a legend that lives on through the great houses. Get it, Roronoa Zoro? This is the power that reigns over the world. This is a different One Piece now. We're in Weapons Piece. Now we gotta figure out Black Blades, Cursed Blades. Like we gotta really. When I said Mihawk is a sword, but more importantly, the whole Mihawk, like the logic behind the Mihawk is okay. Why am I getting into this in the middle of the chapter? The whole logic behind the Mihawk is a sword thing was that swords and sentience and weapons and sentience, like Ragnar, it would be progressively more important to the story. And we're getting now it's Weapons Piece. This is Weapons Piece. 19 world weapons. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 named. Graham is one of them, I'm assuming. And then Jing Chan. Okay, I'm so. After the chapter, someone tell me how to pronounce this correctly. I'm gonna try my best. This one's a world weapon. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 out. There are 4 world weapons out right now. Right? And that means Killingham is using one. So let's just say 5. This is the weapon of House. Oh! Graham was the weapon of House of Shepherd. Graham. Wow. That's a lore jump. Like, drop. So now you could look at if the sword Graham, I didn't look into it, but I know people did. If people look into the sword, maybe there's a connection to House Shepherd. Huh. And like the family or people who wielded it. There we go. Okay. Meet the weapon of House of Remo Shifu. I always forget that that's his name. Longinus. Okay, now we ended the chapter. Okay. Longinus. Wow. Thou should be honored to die by the arms that constructed this world. The weapons constructed this world, meaning like the treaty, the pact, right? Or is he talking literally here? What do we? Ba gigi aga. Damn. So Luffy has 2 world weapons and I'm about to get hit by a 3rd. Oh! Left wing of the Pirate King, Gabon? Oh my god, break. Oh my god, I don't know which hit harder. The break. There's another break. And then Gabon's dying. Gabon's dead. I'm just gonna the timer's already scuffed because I had driveway stuff to take care of. I'm gonna try and hit 4-4-4-4-4-4. Okay? I'm gonna wait. No, I'm not gonna wait the full 15 seconds. Okay, I'm just gonna talk through the 15 seconds. We have 10 more seconds. I'm gonna try and hit the 4-4. 4-4-4-4. Oh, close. 4-4-4-4-1-1. Damn. 30 seconds or 30 milliseconds above or below. Okay, Gabon's dying. And the reason I say that, I have a video saying that he'd probably die. And in that video, I didn't conjure up the world where he dies in this fashion. I had assumed he died to save Colin more in a direct situation. But when you think about it, this is kind of like what Yarl was saying. There's no point in saving the kids. You have to beat the main guy. So Scopper is forced to, because he wants to save his kid. He's forced to stop Emu here. Kind of like that's an overarching thing. Like like I was saying before, the Hiredin and Gerd situation are just filler. Like it's literally just to bring Chopper here so that Chopper could talk to what's his face, Biblo. Scopper ran. No, Scopper was with Chopper. Yeah, where was Scopper? I don't even remember. $10 super chat from Ramon. Weapon names derived from Hebrew words used in the book of Genesis, Bohu, Tohu, and spear named after the Roman who pierced Jesus. Bible piece. Yoru in Hebrew means teach, instruct, like Mihawk did to Zoro. Wow. There's another reason why Bible piece probably is a thing, but I did not. What about Longinus and Jin? I doubt Jin Chen is in there. Oh, Don Pyre, I got you. I got all of you, bro. Bro, you know what's funny about this is Fiso told me that there was he told me that there was a thing I just forgot. because he told me that there was a lot of translator notes, which unironically, I was like, wait, translator notes, that means names. I didn't think sword names though. That's crazy. Um, and I thought it was in the chapter, and I was like, wait, we don't have any of them. Nope, there's an old page. Okay. So three monkeys on the cover: Mizaru, see no evil; Kikazaru, hear no evil; Iwazaru, speak no evil; Longinus, the spear said to have impaled Jesus Christ during his crucifixion, because it's long. Gotcha. Nice play on words there. Graham, the sword used by Sigurd, used to kill the dragon Fafnir. Yep, that's what Sai was telling me. Kanji is a sort of rage. Jinshin. How do you pronounce this? Somebody help. Somebody in the chat. Somebody definitely has already said how to translate this. Gaban. No. Jinshin. Xing Tian. Tian. Xing Tian. All right, we're going with that one. Tian. Xing Tian. God, I was thin. Okay, putting the Tian does not help me. That's literally what it is. I'm, I need the English syllabic. What are the words I'm looking for? It's Tien Shinhan. Okay, now you're just trying to get me to say things. Where's Sai when you need him is crazy. I probably doing this better. Nah, Sai probably got the pronunciation on lock. Um, magical sword Fragger. Oh, Fraggerak. Oh, that was a sword. Oh, the name of the sword is Fraggerak. What is Fraggerak? Let's scroll down, figure it out. A magical sword of Irish mythology. There's a video. It's one of Sai's favorite theories of mine, or at least that's what he told me. But I never posted it. It was one of the videos that I told him about in a conversation, off stream, off call. We sat there for like an hour maybe, and I read through like this script a little bit and some of the details, and he really liked that script, or really liked that video, and he told me I should post it. But that's when I went on like this huge break and just never posted it. And now seeing all these sword names kind of makes me wish I did, but um Sea God Sword. Oh wait, that's huge. Sea God Sword? Fragarak means Sea God Sword? Sing Tian? Sing Tian is a divine executioner's axe. Interesting. Tohu wa bohu, the formless void which God formed the universe in the Hebrew Bible. Kanji, sort of disorder, and sort of the void. Chaos. Disorder, I'd say chaos. And the reason I say that is because way back when my shadows theory video, these were the two words I was trying to figure out. I was like, is Emu going to be god of void and Blackbeard the god of chaos? Something like that. I forget what exactly I said in that video, but I said like void is Emu, and then chaos is something. So disorder, I put chaos there. Nemesis. Kanji is sword of the heavenly punishment. Stigma, sword of hatred. Muramasa, the legendary Japanese swordsmith. Okay, Muramasa, I knew that one. So Vohu has a Tohu as a twin sword. TCB, brother. That's where we're reading the chapter. Um, but yeah. Let me see. The like running a machine outside and it's making the house vibrate a little bit. Out of equality, they place their swords all around the empty throne to mark that oath. So Longinus, that's crazy because if this spear is the one that impaled Jesus Christ, then isn't this the spear that killed Nika then? Joy Boy? That'd be crazy if this is this Alejandro Sos with a 32 months membership. Oh yeah, we had to talk about Gabon. When Gabon dies, then Ripley has my shoulder to cry on. Fair enough. It's a big. You need big shoulders, brother. Appreciate that. 32 months is crazy. 32 months. Wild. Oh yeah, the whole Gabon thing. Yeah, I mean he's already wounded. If Loki couldn't handle him, Gabon, I don't think cuts the cake. I don't know what the word. Chops the cheese, slices the onions. No, I don't know where I'm going with it, but like, does he know the special sauce? Does he know how to cut the emu number down, like the time limit? What's up, Fiso? At? Who's your last at? I don't see it. I don't see the last at. We have Lunis with the $5 super chat says Omen / King Sword is an insane buff to overpower the attack that beat King Lunarian durability from a stronger Zoro. Wonder if Vivi gets Lily's sword. I mean, which one is Lily's sword? Is it Fragarak? The Sea God sword? Or is the Sea God sword, is that one Hirohoshi's? Hmm. Can't wait for Charlos to whip out the Rosewald sword. Yeah, wait, hold on. These swords they're not common swords. Like, you, in order to access them, they needed it through Emu. So it's not like Figarland, they just have them. I was gonna say like the three of them, the Griffin and Cerberus, those are not one of these swords, I'm assuming. Because that would be wild to just give them access to the swords. Alabasta didn't submit. Oh yeah, Lily doesn't have a sword then. Alejandro Solis with a $5 super. I love the way this one starts. Okay. You got it all wrong, Par. Chopper was there not to talk to Ragnar, but to save Gerd from landing face first into Loki's crotch. We can't have Loki x Gerd. Yeah, but the thing is, the way atoms work is even if she was face planted in, they didn't really touch. They wouldn't have really touched. Scientifically, there'd be no difference between her landing face first into Chopper and landing face first into Loki's crotch. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'm just like Luffy getting hit by this sword and this sword. Like, not saying there's no gravity to it. It's just like I don't understand the gravity. Like, I don't understand what's happening to Luffy. Like, this sword already took life force away, and then this sword takes life force away. So like, do both swords do the same thing? Ragarak, I would assume that would be Bohu and Tohu. But it doesn't even seem like Emu can choose which sword. Luffy definitely lost. Luffy lost. No, I get that. I mean, he's being saved by Gabon. I mean, look at Emu's eyes. Emu's more upset that Gabon is like this is anger. He's like, how dare you? And Gabon's just like, let go of my son, my child. It's all so interesting. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Minecraft piece. Who is Herobrine? I don't know what that means. I'm not a Minecrafter. Someone Gabon clearly respects Emu's beating up on. Yeah, I wonder, like, what does Gabon say? Now that I think about it, Gabon's next words. Oh, Ramon with the $5 super chat said, "Enchanted swords are confirmed real Minecraft piece. If true, I believe Kozuburo enchanted Enma. It's similar to Emu's since it drains Zoro's paws." Yeah, I was thinking like so. Enma's similar. Whoever made these weapons, aren't they more goaded than the wielder? Then, like, we're gonna have a whole thing like before ships, before legendary shipwrights, there were legendary swordsmiths, and you couldn't traverse the land without a legendary sword or blade. And so there was a legend. Like, are we gonna get the legendary blacksmith? If we do, two of my favorite series are about blacksmithing. Overgeared, the blacksmith king, overgeared, or and no spoilers, but Kagurabachi. Both main characters, blacksmiths by designation. And now we're gonna get that there's a legendary blacksmith in One Piece that is like not Muramasa because he's a sword. We're getting Demon Slayer season 3 piece, yeah. Overgeared is peak, yeah. Overgeared is one of my favorites. I enjoy it. Read it weekly. Yeah, Kagurabachi. Scalper dies Monomon because of his value. That's why he should die. I think Scalper. This is the death flag, and his next words are even more like, unless he hides his identities and goes, "I'm just Mr. Ya, I'm just an old man who's walking by," right? Emu's gonna be like, "Who is this random old man who can stop me?" Right? But if he goes, "I'm Scopper Gabon, the left wing of the Pirate King," then Emu's gonna be like, "All right, it's time for you to die too," and then he dies. It kind of depends. Like maybe Luffy goes, "Scopper Gabon, you were on the Pirate King's crew. Why are you here?" Or like Loki does that, then kills him, right? Um, he has to talk to Luffy afterwards. It's because he has to talk to Luffy afterwards that he's marked for death. Because you feel that he needs to get words out to the main character is even more reason to have him dead. I have a video about why Scopper dies, just for the record. Um, the straws exist, they can hear what he says. Bro, they can't hear shit. They barely know that Luffy got stabbed. They probably don't even know Scopper showed up. What's stopping Emu from just Dami reversing him? Chopper, but honestly, valid. Emu. Why wouldn't Emu just try it? They tried it on Loki and Luffy and it failed. So first things first is try it on Scopper. You're right. But like the problem with Damiversi is that like this Damiversi is you just kill them and then they're flipped. But like who would kill Scopper in this thing? Does Loki get back up and kill Scopper? Damiversi only affects people without devil fruits. That'd be interesting. Par already organizing Gabon's funeral? Bro, I've been ever since where is it? Where's the video? Where's the proof? Uh let's see. Which video was it? Oh, I gotta change the thumbnail back. Oh, I did say I was gonna show you this video. This one. Elbaf's darkest secret. Why Elbaf is a tragedy. You know what? I'm gonna change the title. Who will die on Elbaf? I'm gonna change it right now, actually. Shit. Why didn't I make that the title from the jump? Who knows? Who knows? Edit. Let's see. Who dies on Elbaf? Question mark? Exclamation point? Okay, let's do that. And then I did say I was going to show you guys the thumbnail of the next video. Is this it? No. This isn't it. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. That's the next thumbnail. So we'll see when you guys see this video. If you guys see this video, then make sure to click. Make sure to click on it. There we go. It'll look something like that on YouTube. Not bad. Let me see. Oh yeah, let me message Sai. Does Loki have fangs? He does in Dragon, right? Like semi-dragon guy. Let me know when you're good to go. I'll be hopping in. Let me see. Bluetooth? Connect. Oh. Okay, cool. Next. Cool. Let me see. Let me make sure I got through all the super chats. Oh, they're not showing up here. It's just basically guy Luffy lost so much life force and lifespan by now. Only a straw woven of Roger's hockey can save him. Roger's disease was instilling his life into his hat. That would be crazy if Roger instilled his life into the hat. He's the only one that knows how to fight them. Par just on a Rayleigh agenda. We all know this is Zoro versus Sanji scenario. You saying Sanji dies and not Zoro? Wait, what? No, I don't think either Sanji or Zoro dies. Just Scopper. They're not facing Emu, but Scopper is. We have Jason Tarantino with a 48 months membership, 4 years, liked the stream. That's crazy. Shout outs Jason Tarantino. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for all that time and all that support. Definitely been a long 4 years. 4 years of One Piece. Wow. And now we are at the 19 world weapons. Could you imagine a year ago someone makes a theory, the 19 world weapons? Actually, no, I could. And then they get all of them right. No, it would be legendary if they even got half of them right. But what logic would you have to like choose Longinus, Tohu Wabohu as twin swords? It'd be crazy. Will of Davy with a 36 months membership. Appreciate that. Wow, that's crazy because your comment just lined up with what I said. 19 world weapons, all the best to your family part. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, 19 world weapons. I can't like I could imagine it, especially coming off that whole conversation about how like Mihawk's a sword, like sword piece, thinking about how weapons are progressively getting more and more important in the story. I'm curious now what these weapons do. You know what I mean? Like Graham, Longinus, what was the other one called? Faraback? Rafaback? Fragarak. There we go. Fragarak. Yeah. And it's Sea God Sword. Fragarak the Sea God Sword. Crazy. Lemon Escape with a 280 Canadian dollars, I think. The axe is pronounced Sing Tien. Sing Tien. Sing Tien. Okay, Sing Tien. I'm gonna get that. Sing Tien. Appreciate that. Thank you for. I knew that someone probably super chatted it. I need to see that sooner. Heart. Let me see. Matthew Holmes sent a Unk Alert for 440 jewels. Appreciate it. It is Unk Alert time. All right, now let me pull up chat again. If only One Piece has more swordsmen, there's only 5 real swordsmen in One Piece. Emu's a real swordsman, right? It's just that Emu's not human. He's not a human being. He's a non-human at the moment, right? Are we getting that? Or nah? I think Luffy's had his harshest loss ever here. Harshest loss ever here. There we go. Did I read that backwards the first time? I don't know why I felt like it. No, this blade drains Luffy. Luffy can't do anything. Yeah, except he ate. Like, I wonder what happens if he eats through it. If he eats, if he's constantly eating, can he counteract the sword draining ability? Because that would be kind of funny. That is right in like Luffy's wheelhouse, right? He pulls a straw out of his hair and he just starts sucking, and it's like technically self suck, but like, yeah, bro is still in Gear 5, by the way. Yeah, isn't that's pretty significant? No, he tapped out of Gear 5 against Kaido a few times, not a few times, but like that one time, and then Kaido's like, and he said he felt so tired. All this makes me think that Justin Bieber died of crucifixion. No, I don't know if Joey Boy died of crucifixion. Did he? Could he? Maybe. Maybe because of the sword, the spear looking thing. I mean, wait, is this a sword or a spear? It is a spear. He's just holding it at the very, like at the handle. Luffy was a joke to Emu, to be fair. A little bit. Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna lie, when the World Cup halftime put up the sign for JB, I knew Justin Bieber was performing, but when I saw JB, I did think Joy Boy. Why is there a spider web on my projector? There's just a spider. There's like one itty bitty spider probably that's just been putting random web, like one web, from like the ceiling to my monitor or here, and it's crazy because it's not even like. I mean, even if I see it, probably unless it's a monstrosity spider, I'm probably not taking care of it because it's cleaning up the things that I don't see, the creepy crawlies around the house. But yeah, no, but the projector's off. But there was just a web, so the projector, you know, like the projector's been off. But sometime since the last time I turned it on and this time it put down one web. And not even a useful web either. It was a web to get from here to here. Like it wasn't like a vertical web. It was just a web that I guess it was a safety harness. It didn't know it's traversing on like unknown territory. Um, which speaking of unknown territory, let me see where Sai's at. Did he respond? He said, "Bet crawling out of bed." Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't even hop into the room. Here we go. Turn on camera. There we go. I keep putting my camera away, but I did find out that apparently my mom watches these streams now, and she's not been a fan of my hair until she saw you guys. Well, I don't. Not that she just okay. Last time I saw her, she didn't tell me to cut my hair, which is the first time in a long time she said that. And she followed it up by saying that I saw that they call you Jesus in your stream, and I was like, why did she pull up my stream? Um, because I'm just like wondering, did my brother show her or whatever? But she was on my stream long enough to see you guys being like, "Oh, Par's hair makes him look like Jesus," and she read that, and I guess now she's just like, she's she's not pro hair, she's just not anti hair. Um, so I don't know if she's probably not here an hour and 30 into the stream though. Mom's always wanted to cut your hair for some reason. Yeah. I mean, she knows why I'm growing it out. I'm donating it. So she knows that, but still thinks she misses my shorter hair days. Chopper gonna notice Luffy's hurt and run towards them and get recognized by Emu as the forest god. Yo, how crazy it would be if Emu throws Chopper's sword. Hey, here's your sword back, forest god. Here's branchless. Here's bron. Here's Excalibur, the sword stuck in the earth, worthy of you, forest god. That'd be crazy. Doesn't want her son to look like a pirate. Yeah. Who am I donating it to? I saw like children locks of I forgot the thing. Theirs was 8 inches, so I was probably gonna do that one because I don't know if I could get to 12-inch mark without like shaving my head, because I think this is like 12 inches, and I don't want to wait long enough where I grow like 4 more inches out so that I have hair on my head. So I'll probably do 8 inches, but I gotta check which one knows which one's the appropriate one. Par's getting it cloned in the future. Yeah. Or I've always once I started this journey, I was just like, I'm doing this because not that I'm doing this because, but it hit close to home when one of my family members needed a wig for cancer stuff. And there was like a wait list. I was like, damn, there's a wait list for wigs? I didn't know that. Like that was just a shocker. Um and I was like, damn, I just cut my hair off all the time without even a care in the world, and I don't need to. I'm sure someone would appreciate the hair. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grow out the hair so that I can give it to somebody. And then it took mad long to get to, to a certain length. Par, do you think we're getting closer to the Void Century flashback? Uh an unpopular angle I feel like would be from Scopper. Like if Scopper just drops some uh Void Century flashback, that'd be kind of crazy. Finding need to fill a need, yeah. That would suck, yeah. We get it from Biblo. I don't want it from Biblo either. Oh yeah, that was actually something that I was um look like fine, it's good. Black hair mode, Ichigo. That's crazy. Keep growing your hair out, brother. I like it. It's a little hard to manage. The main thing that is crazy is how much you shed. Like I remember like when me and my wife first got married and we moved in together and I saw how much hair. I'm like, "Oh my god, girls just have hair falling out all the time." Now I'm that. I have so much hair that just like randomly just balls up, hairball. Um and it's like the thickness just doesn't make sense. Like I feel like I've lost half my hair, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, wait, the hair's still there. It's crazy. Um, People are already calling Emu a parrot on Twitter. No, Emu not being able to choose the weapons is probably the interesting thing. But what I was saying, what I was getting back to, which maybe Sai hops in during this part of the conversation, um, is that next chapter could easily start out with some interesting, very interesting dialogue from Scopper, because Scopper might recognize Emu from the Void Century story and say, "So you must be XYZ." And my understanding of it would be that it might line up with the Harley text. Like whatever Scopper says ends up lining up with the Harley text and tells us where we should place Emu, which I think for the mural, we already know where to place Emu for the most part. But for the Harley text, it's like, is Emu here or is Emu there? Which part is Emu? Is Emu in multiple places? Um, but then again, maybe it doesn't mention Emu like that. Scopper needs to cut Emu. I'm at least. I don't know. I don't know if he gets that much in. That would be crazy. Because we gotta remember this, like the levels to this is crazy. If Scopper lands a hit on Emu, then fully fed Luffy, which means fully charged Gear 5 Luffy, didn't stand a chance against Emu, but wounded Scopper, old Scopper, does, or is able to land a meaningful hit. That's crazy, right? Like, I don't necessarily know what Scopper does in this moment other than buy time. But like, I don't even know what that time would mean. You know what I mean? Does he blow Emu back enough that he's able to pull the swords out of Luffy so Luffy can reset? And then what does Luffy do? You know what I mean? I feel like Scopper is here mainly to show us the time limit. But like, the thing is, Loki couldn't even bring out the time limit. Right? Like, against Loki, Emu never went, ah, oh, damn, my time's running out here. He's wasting my time. Not a single moment. And if Loki can't pull that out of him, why could Scopper? And then, like, is Scop? Are we gonna do the Scopper has more skill than Loki? Like, more skilled? It could be something like that. Like, Loki has brute strength, but then like there's a technique. I mean, theoretically, technically, that is something that Scopper does have, right? Over Loki is the Conquers Hockey skill, to the point that Loki needed to be taught how to wound the Holy Knights as well. And Loki technically doesn't necessarily know how to. He has, like, killing his dad was a measurable feat in this discussion, but it's not like measurable in the sense of, like, can he recreate it? Does he know what he did exactly? Did he just full blast Kankazaki? Like, if he's just full blast Kankazaki, that's fine. That's more than Zoro and Sanji. But like, Luffy more than Luffy. But in this battle, it's a little different, right? You're not fighting a Mark. You're not fighting a Damiurversi. You're fighting Emu. And Scopper's wounded and old. So does he have this special sauce with Conquer's Hockey? Is that what it is? Think Scopper just has more experience? She's like, yeah, he's Jesus. How do you know what Jesus looks like? I don't know. That's what chat was telling me. Smokey D Cannabis. Mr. Give Up can't wait to put his hands up for the third time. That would be kind of funny if the way he just goes, you know what I mean? He just goes like that, and then he's like, I'm not your battle. I was just here because you pulled out an axe. Oh my god, Anime Dimension with a 43-month super visionary. Appreciate it. Said Emu believes both Ace and Sabo are dead because the world government doesn't know Sabo survived Lucia. I think Oda will bring this plot later in the story. What did Emu say exactly? Well, maybe. The way this is translated, though, a brother slain by the Navy, so past tense, and the other is a prominent member. So unless, like he said, was. Interesting. Maybe the translation, it could be the official translations go with a past tense here too. But at the moment it says the other is a prominent member, so it's interesting. But regardless, I feel like that would be pretty cool. Like, Emu is shocked by Sabo surviving. That would be interesting. Sabo is literally named the Flame Emperor. Yeah, but like that was like Lucia happened, and it's not like since then Sabo made an appearance publicly in a manner where like the news carried it, right? You know how crazy that sounds, Mizukame? If Shanks can one tap an admiral from multiple miles away, I wouldn't say he one tapped him, but I'm gonna just read the rest. I'm sure if he actually fought, no one could beat him except Blackbeard and maybe Emu. Why are you more confident about Blackbeard than Emu? We're see. I don't know if you put Blackbeard in this spot, doesn't he die too? I think this just goes to show that like Emu is meant to be taken down by multiple people. Like you have to team up to beat Emu, especially if Emu's gonna pull out world weapons like this. Like the way it would make sense is if Emu like lends all the swords out, you fight all the Holy Knights while they're engaged in battle. Emu has is relegated to one sword or one blade, and then you gang up on him with like four. You get Luffy, Shanks, Blackbeard, and Buggy, the Yonkos. The Yonkos take him down, kind of like the Scabbards did to Kaido. Remember when the Scabbards took down Kaido and we thought it was over? Par, what do you think about the sword not being black like Yoru? That's what I was bringing up. But like, we have to figure out what the black blades are. Like, we can't walk by it anymore. Also, no, but the other thing that we have to bring up is now Nemesis is a sword. It's not like a Maki sword. So Nemesis might be a black blade. What chapter is Nemesis? Nemesis might be what, 1178? No. Emu is fighting Gunko Shuri there. So we're looking at like 1182. Zaza, God and Devil. There we go. Is this actually the sword now? So Emu pulled out an entire sword right there. Let me see. Nemesis. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I feel like it is the sword. I feel like it is the sword, no? Hmm. Oda's just using Maki like he's the silhouettes. I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at it. It looks like an entirely new sword. I think this is Nemesis. Nemesis might be Black Blade. But yeah, it is weird because it shoots out, you know? Music Kami with the $10 super chat says, thank you for the base chat shoutouts, brother. The One Piece community greatly appreciates you. Shanks used his will to suppress any of Green Bull's will. Mihawk wouldn't fight Shanks at Marineford. If it was empty, maybe. Shanks used his will to suppress any of Green Bull's will. I can agree to a certain extent, like, that they're not, you know, like, he's not a threat to Shanks, right? But in a full battle, it's crazy to think that an admiral wouldn't is like one tapped by Shanks. You know what I mean? Um, let me see. Give me a second. My wife just messaged me. All right. Now let me message up Sai again. Let's see. Okay, message Sai. When did Shanks? He's talking about the Wano from like the Wi-Fi hockey mind rope. That's what he's talking about. Not wanting to fight is not the same thing as getting defeated easily. Yeah. Give me a second. Is Omen Rings Emu's version of Bluetooth, since we see that Emu can share anything in his void pocket dimension? Yeah, that's a... Where is it? We don't see them pull it out, right? But it's interesting that they get to choose. They get to choose their family. Because Emu can't choose. Did Emu get Sing Tian because because they took their swords out? It could be.
Remember in the future you can't switch up on Yarrow after you're hating on him so hard. Uh, yeah, I mean he shouldn't have told. I mean him telling Hiredin that stuff to go back up Loki. We figured out it's plot for Chopper to make it this way. Other than that, it was bad advice. It's advice for someone like if he told that to Scopper, sure. But I don't. Scopper demonstrated he didn't need that advice, which also proves that like Hiredin is not on the tier of making the primo decision making. He's a bronze tier player. Scopper's like challenger level, like ex challenger. He didn't need anyone to tell him. Dragon Agenda, we got Sabo, Rayleigh parallel. We still need Kuma parallel. Revs attacked Holy Land. Sham spilled some beans. Guys, buy Hiredin stocks while you can. Don't buy Hiredin stocks. Don't do that. Here, let me unmute it just in case when Sai pops in, you guys can hear him. Cool. Let me make sure my audio is right too. There we go. Perfect. Miyok said it was never the agreement to fight Shanks. Yeah, Fujitora and Poslino said they didn't care about civilian casualties. Still wouldn't actually fight Shanks. I guess there's no reason not to. I mean, I could share my theory. This is about 400 people here. Just make sure if the video gets posted, you guys listen to the idea. When Sai comes in, I mean, it's hard to flesh out the idea without just saying it and sounding a little dumb. It sounds better in a video. Yeah, I'll just save it for the video. Never mind. It sounds dumb on stream because then I don't want to like derail this chapter conversations with what Shanks and Loki fight about. We talk about it, maybe I bring it back up. But yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, next chapter, oh, it's a break week. Next chapter is a little interesting because um because it could be that Biblo and what's his face, they, how do I say this? Like whatever Stopper talks about lines up with what Biblo talks about, which would be the Harley text. Like if Biblo goes squawk, 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 and then Chopper goes, wait, so you're saying that the guy outside is the same guy from the Harley text? And then squawk, squawk, squawk. And then that's like, or oh my god, owls go hoot, hoot. If he goes hoot, hoot, then, we got that. And it lines up. That could be the direction of the chapter. I feel like that could make sense. I don't know why it would go squawk squawk. Odo switched to Zoro and Sanji. I mean, we could, but like I feel like we off screen the losses a little bit. I know this sounds dumb, but like look at like the Zoro situation. We off screen like Zoro's pulled to the max and he's on the ground, and then like are we gonna on screen? Oh, sorry. If that played, did that notification sound play? Oh, need to mute it. This computer gets notifications. We're not streaming from my laptop, so we have some technical little technical difficulties. Biblo's the actual Joy Boy parrot. Yeah. You guys heard it? All right. Next time I'm gonna try and mute it. Or how do I mute it prior? Notification settings off. Let me just do that for now. Okay, do not disturb. Perfect. Message for Dr. Parr. I wish Emu's totally a parrot. Yo, how is that theory so widespread? It sounds like a theory I made, but like, it's not. Scopper cut the damn tree. Oh, Scopper cut the tree? Damn. Wait, did he? Oh. He cut through the tree to get to. Oh, so he came from behind. Or no. Wait, what? Emu didn't cut the tree. So Scopper had to have. So Scopper cuts the tree, gets to Emu through the tree. I didn't even notice that. Huh. Now it's confirmed that the 19 were strong. Yeah, it needs to be bigger. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're strong or their weapons are insane. Right? Maybe their powers were their weapons. Has he talked about the parrot psychosis that's happening? I don't know about the psychosis, but and I don't even know the full theory. I've just heard that people saying that Emu's a parrot. So I don't know what to do with that. I haven't seen like a video explaining it, other than like the idea from the chapter before. Is he still in Gear 5 the whole time? It seems like it. It seems like he's still in Gear 5. Look it up. You'll become a believer too. All right. I guess since I'm over spoilers, I could look it up, but I'll just ask Sai to send it to me, or someone tag me in Discord. Someone send me the progenitor of this theory, the progenesis, the genesis of this theory in Discord, and just tag me. I'm calling it Luffy's undead. Like he died and he's a zombie. Nika's the zombie. Is that what we're getting? The theory is actually crazy. Like it actually has substance. I gotta see who has the sauce to bring this theory. People say Emu stuck the swords in the throne room like the way birds build their nest. There's a certain type of butterfly that chills with birds that's in the garden room. Alondra Solis with a $5 super chat said,
hello.
Oh, perfect timing. We have a super chat just for you and me.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Should be up. Okay, cool. Alejandro Sosa, the $5 super chat, said, Mega theory for you and Sai, but there was a parallel swordswoman, like the Shigi, that actually took these swords, and the 19 Kings took them after she died. You were almost cooking there, Alejandro Solis. But what if Tashigi's carrying Emu's dream of collecting the weapons? That would unironically fit. kind of obnoxiously well. Thoughts about that, Sai?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, because the Shigi wants all the blades, right?
Uh-huh.
Emu's just they only won 19.
Yeah, but like Emu, if Emu want like if Tashigi had the 12 supreme grade ones, how hard would she be trying for the lower ones? You know what I mean? I don't know if she'd be going if she got to
I
the
think she wants all of them, dude. She said she wants all of them. Also, is your mic different on Discord?
uh
Sorry.
it might be. Let me see. I checked it. Oh, it's over here.
Normally, I
Yes.
wouldn't say anything, but
Yes. Okay, how about now? Oh, wait. Uh there we go. And then wait, can you hear me now?
oh my god, I wish you could hear like what I heard. Like
Uh-huh.
like I said, I normally wouldn't complain, but it's like holy shit, it's like grating my ears actually. Cuz I
Oh,
don't know if I could
gotcha.
do this one. Wow, that sounds so crazy better. Yeah, okay, bet.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
mic's over there. Um, yeah. So
Whoa.
the
But yeah,
chapter
no. No to Tashigi, by the way. I'm good without the Tashigi parallel. Well, I don't know. It depends if she's like actually Shimotsuki or not. I'm iffy on that one.
yeah, Emu like because okay, here's the problem with the whole thing is that the in this chapter it tells us how the weapons are gathered. And by the way, what I'm getting at also applies to the parrot theory, which I don't know the full parrot theory. Sai, do you know the full parrot theory? You seem like a guy who knows the full parrot theory.
Yes, I know the parrot theory.
Okay. Is there more to it than like uh emu and the bird's nest swords bird nest idea
Amazing.
and the butterflies liking birds? Like what else is there to this theory?
Um, Pretty much it.
Is that okay? See, you guys told me the gist of it, and then explained that there like once I hear the full thing that I would be convinced and that there's substance to it. But like I'm not convinced. And here's the thing: in this chapter, they explain how the swords got gathered there. It was the 19 kings who put them there. It wasn't a bird that was collecting the swords, and it wasn't a Tashigi parallel that was like, "Ooh, swords!" It wasn't anything like that. So, damn, that was a very cinematic sip of your cup with the V on it like that. That was crazy. You look like super
Yeah.
villain-esque like that. That was wild.
That that parrot theory, man. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's
Huh?
fun. I think it's fun, but I don't believe in it though. I'm not a believer. It is definitely one of the funner theories out there though, but it's like you said. I feel like there's not a lot going for it. Like the whole thing where it's like, yeah, you know, emu likes butterflies. Also, in tropical forests, parrots are there. It's like, I feel like there's some things that are kind of a stretch. There was another one. Okay, wait. First off, I do want to like list the best point for it, which is like it explains why it's like gum and like bare like because a parrot repeats things. I was like, okay, that's kind of solid. And then
Okay.
sometimes like yeah, and then parrots also refer to themselves in a third person. I think those are like the best points,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like everything else about it just doesn't work too well.
Yeah, it says it looks like Emu is a parrot on Joy Boy's shoulder. How did that detail land with you, Sai? Did
I don't think it does.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
on
I saw what they showed when they said it. They like redrew the panel to make it look more like they're like, "Oh, if you redraw it like this and you at that point we're kind of distorted the panel, which could be a thing,
uh-huh.
but I don't know. I'm not like leaning into that one.
Gotcha. Wait, guys, is Sai cutting out for you guys? If it's not cutting out for you guys, then it's fine because I can understand it. But it might be just my Bluetooth messing with me right now. Um, if it's not cutting out for you guys, then we're good. And I'll just swap to hardline wire. Um, But they said they posted it in the thing, so let me just take a look real quick, see if there's more to it. Because I it's something that I want to just like acknowledge and then move on. Like it's so this is how I imagine people received Mihawk is a sword. What do you mean Mihawk is a sword? What crazy nonsense? Par said this? Oh my god! Now I have to listen to what it is. And Sai is low. Oh, he is cutting out. Discord image was frozen for a few seconds. His volume is very low. Okay, his volume is low is an interesting one because on my end, it's not. But I'll still swap to this. And it should be. Let's see. No, but the theory is actually good. Okay. Oh, it's a Reddit one. Okay. All right. Hopefully it loads here. My laptop is not giving me a good time, so hopefully it does not shut down. If it does, we won't have projector. Wow. The first comment with 46 upvotes is, "Wow, I love this theory." Why can't I get? Wow. The first thing is obvious physical resemblance with the. It's just a white. It's like an albino parrot with red eyes. I wish I can't. Can I pull this? Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, let me pull this up for you guys. This might be the first time I've ever did a theory review, and it's a parrot one, of course. Whoever made this one, RK Sue, consider yourself honored. You are demonstrated on the Void stream or the Knockup stream. Yes. Yeah. The Koreans made the theory so you know it's legit. How, what do you Yeah, what the hell? Like what how do I um rape, stereotypical pirate. Oh, this is just oh, the lags is on is oh, okay. Gotcha. Um Oh, now we're just underlining random shit from Wiki. I could do that. The hell? Recurring animal theme. So wouldn't it be that emus maybe resemble like it could be symbol of the world government resembles a toy for parrots? Oh my god. Popol Vuh, ancient myth, demon bird. Now, okay, so demon bird I can go on, but straight up parrot is interesting. And then Joy Boy's parrot is interesting. I'll I don't know if I'm as convinced as you guys thought I'd be after scrolling through that, but I also didn't like fully read it, but I don't know if I'll fully read it. I'm not literate, let's just say that. Bro killed Sai? No, I didn't. I just pulled him over here because I was Oh yeah, in the world of One Piece, Emu wouldn't be a parrot. He'd be a southbird. One of those annoying ass birds from Jaya that pointed you in the correct direction. If this reader or if the Koreans, oh, see, if the Koreans were really good at their craft, they would have thrown in the. I wouldn't have to have a like a separate delineation of the theory of the something. No, I mean that's a chat. Oh, Sai's muted. Wait, what? How is he muted? Is he muted? No way. Input device, output device. No, that shouldn't be. That's not your bad. That's okay. How is he?
Is it better now?
Yeah, it should be no Sai audio. To be fair, Sai wasn't talking too much before, but Sai should be not muted now. But he might be really quiet, which that I'll fix. Okay, cool. All right, Sai should join back soon enough.
Dude, that's so funny. Literally, I left the call so that like if it was a problem on my end, it would just fix itself for Discord's end. And literally the minute I hit disconnect, everybody said, "Oh, he's back."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Damn it, dude.
It's because I swapped swapped mics, but it should be good now. Or it's not swap mics, swap headphones. Just to because I didn't know if the lagging was you beforehand or me, and I was like, I'm just gonna use headphones. When your favorite creator gets muted, hey, come on. How about when your favorite creator mutes your other favorite creator? How about that? Huh? What were we talking about beforehand? Oh yeah, the Koreans creating this theory, and
yeah, I don't think the Koreans actually made this theory, but also, like, how does that explain? Mainly, I'd say mainly, like last chapter we saw that they had a phone call conversation. Like, how did Emu pick up the phone if he's actually just a parrot? Like, what was that conversation like? Like, did he call PetSmart up and Emu just like snatched the phone away from its owner? And then plus like the whole thing about like the crown looking like the top of a parrot.
Yeah.
Yes, but also all the other 20 kings have it too. You know what
they
I mean?
Don't have
it wasn't
it
just
that
Emu.
long, but yeah, they do have some version of it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, I'm not like the biggest fan of the theory, but like I said, it's fun overall. I'm not like a hater of it, but I don't necessarily believe in it like everybody else.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I think Bird could make sense, like some version of Bird, but it's gonna end up being that Emu's like naturally a bird, and then it's gonna be like, oh my god, the parrot theory was right. Damn, I gotta start making theories like that. Ones that are,
dude,
like, are close.
It's gonna be so different. It's gonna be we're gonna see a parrot in the Void Century, and then be like, well, we didn't get it right, but we're close.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
Which is painful because we're gonna see a parrot. You know, like we are, in my opinion, we are 100% going to see a parrot in the Void Century because it is a pirate trope.
Yeah.
So even if Emu's not a parrot, I promise you, I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna say it right here. I'm gonna predict the future. If we see any parrot in the Void Century, which again we should, people are gonna say, "Well, it got this part right."
Yeah, and the closest thing to a parrot so far has been a dove, or whatever Hatori is, and that wasn't even on a pirate. That was on a CP9 agent. And that was on a jaguar, or a leopard. So maybe cat, bird, something like that. You know, maybe we get something there. I actually like bird for a different idea. Like if Emu is making in the aesthetic, like I talked about this with the whole Tantata theory, that if Oda made Gear 5 after Tom and Jerry, it's obvious that Luffy's Tom, or not Tom, Jerry, and Kaido was Tom. Especially with the size disparity and the dynamic of Jerry winning, and just the move set that Luffy was using was what Jerry would always use. And so in that logic, it's like, what if Oda uses another character from the verse to portray Emu, And in that version, like I forget what the bird's name is, but the bird, there's that little Tweety bird. Isn't he just Tweety? Isn't it the bird?
Yeah, just Tweety.
Yeah, Tweety. And it's like maybe that's what Tweety, maybe Emu's Tweety. I don't know. I forget if there was ever collabs with Tweety and Jerry. I feel like there was. Sylvester and Tweety. Yeah, exactly. Um, oh god, I googled Southbird and I forgot there's a theory dragon is a Southbird. Okay, see that I can get behind. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, but like,
Yeah. I like how like at the end of the day, all roads lead back to Southbirds from Jaya, or like those which I mean makes sense, right? Or
yeah,
what is it? The statues we see when we're entering the world, the Grand Line.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If like I was waiting for this theory, the parrot theory, for someone to mention Southbirds because that's like what I think about when I think about birds in One Piece. I think about the rocks birds. I think birds are important. I think like Sai said, I also am a believer that a parrot will be there in the Void Century. But is Emu that parrot? Nah, you got me tripping there. I don't know about that one, you know. And is Emu Joy Boy's parrot? That's a whole different. We're dealing with a whole different thing there. You know what I mean? That there's levels to it. I saw a comment saying that Emu has the same voice actor as the Southbirds. No, you can't just say something like that, and you have to.
It's like the Korean comment.
Yeah, no. Now you have to. The Korean comment doesn't even hold weight. If we're being honest, that's just like that's like in League. It's like, oh, the Koreans came up with this strat, so it must be good. It's like, yeah, maybe in Korea, but in NA, that shit's dog shit. Okay, unless you're a pro, like you're not running with the Korean strat in solo queue. Um, and just climb. Some of them you might be, but you're more likely to get inted by trying to do something like that. As a silver player or gold player or something. Um, Tom and Jerry's MGM. Yeah, what else is in that verse? Maybe Oda pulls from the same verse, and that's what Emu is.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. That's the Looney Tunes. Is that MGM?
I don't know if it's MGM.
Um,
I mean, realistically, at this point, Oda could just pull anything he wants in.
yeah, that's fair. Sai, the Reddit post said it came from the Korean community. That's why it's a certified Korean theory.
Oh, my bad. Well, those Koreans 0-1.
Yeah, crazy.
Stick to League.
But yeah, you know what this chapter does confirm, Sai, before we hop into the chapter itself. Nemesis. Nemesis from before, that was an actual sword.
Yep. I mean, same with Stigma, right? I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, but like with Nemesis and Stigma, like is Nemesis a black blade, like actually, and is Stigma, what is Stigma? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like, okay, for Nemesis, you can kind of see, like, oh yeah, it's a sword. Stigma's like this weird plume of smoke that stabs you.
yeah.
So I don't even know, like, what that's all about.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's about.
But it is really damn cool. We got, what? Let me see. I haven't read the TCB version yet. Let's see. What does it say?
They have a translator thing at the very end.
Tohu, Bohu, fucking dude, the names are so funny. Tohu, Bohu, Nemesis, Longinus, Stigma, and Muramasa.
Apparently, half of these are from the Bible.
They should be, yeah.
Yeah, Longinus.
Longinus from the Bible. Tohu and Bohu are also from the Bible as well. I mean, by extension, you could say Nemesis is technically, but and then Muramasa. I kind of wish we got Masamune in here too.
Yeah, that's the one I was confusing with. Yeah.
Yeah, Masamune is like the Sephiroth sword, the League of Legends mana item that only Ezreal ever builds. Well, Rise builds it too, but nobody cares about Rise.
For different reasons.
Yeah. So it is really dope we got these weapons. I think we're going to get more. Par, is there a weapon in mythology that you really want to see here? Like, is there like a weapon of the Bangladesh people that you just want to bring in? Because I mean, realistically, it could come in. I mean, at this point, we got 10 more empty slots, 11 technically. Maybe Vivi
11?
has your weapon.
Are we at 11? Hold on, let's see. 1, 2,
So
3,
we're at 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow.
So
Wait,
have
did we see?
11
We didn't
when
see
you include
Muramasa,
Vivi.
right? We didn't see Muramasa.
We didn't see Muramasa, and we didn't see Tohu.
Yeah. We did see Bohu. Bohu is the Bohu one from Viz.
Yeah.
You never take me to Bangladesh. That's a funny meme.
I they made me look that up. They're like, "Oh, show this to Par one day." I was like,
yeah, as if I wouldn't have seen that already.
"Yeah, Par's on like on Bangladesh talk, dude."
Yeah. Let's see. Both you are awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that,
Appreciate
Green
it, man.
Tornado. As opposed to
We have
regular
2 tornadoes
tornado.
in here.
Yeah, regular
Yeah.
tornado would never have said that. Okay.
Yo, regular tornado hates us.
Yeah. Regular tornado trolls us. Green tornado though, that's different. That's different.
Please, guys.
Yeah.
The word Longinus is not in the Bible. Oh, my bad. Hey, dude. Hey, Longinus is the spear that stabbed Jesus. All right. I mean, I think it's closely associated if it's not in there. I think that's fair. But I gotcha.
It's from.
It's the name of the spear Jesus Christ was stabbed and wounded with.
It's theological. It's biblical. Biblical. That's the term. Because
Is that a
it's
better way to put it?
related to the Bible times, right? It's
I
biblical.
kind of like that we have a lot of that because we just got like the seraphim not too long ago. So yeah. Like, damn, dude, we're just leaning in.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that Oda centered. I mean, it's interesting and not interesting. Like, it makes sense because the whole Vatican aesthetic to the Holy Land itself, and like the empty throne, having the Catholic and Christian stuff with the saints and stuff like that. So it makes sense that there's a heavy line here, but now I'm not saying that this carries any weight, but once upon a time there was 2 One Piece fans that followed weekly, and they were Jehovah Witnesses. And I didn't know this at the time, but I kind of knew about this, where like they can't read, like they can't play with magic, like anything. So like Harry Potter, they couldn't read that as a series because they're Jehovah Witnesses or whatever. And so this was way back when, young Par was like making theories about fourth hockey and magic and stuff. And so they asked me, they're like, "Oh, do you think magic's in being?" I was like, "Yeah, 100%. There's going to be magic in One Piece." And if like, and I would argue that even if it's not blatantly said, it would be so goddamn similar that like whoever you talk to that decides that you can't read One Piece anymore, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, this is magic. You can't do this." And I was like, we're already touching upon that kind of stuff. Like, what line do we stop at? Like incantations, because they're definitely gonna have incantation type stuff. It was a long time ago. So I wonder how Oda's play on biblical stuff is gonna play on the community, because like I feel like can't bastardize things too much, What if he breaks this spear?
Well, I'd say, I mean, these weapons are not all of these weapons, but you'll see these weapons in anime every now and then.
That's fair.
So I think bastardizing the weapons, it's not like super crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
if we were talking about bastardization, I mean, we could look at the Fate series. They do that shit all the time.
True.
And we love it. Fate series is great for it.
True.
Which I'm even looking at the Fate series, and I'm just like, man, I bet we're gonna get more weapons from the Fate, from the Fate series here too.
Yeah. More weapons
I'm looking
highlighted
forward to Excalibur.
by famously renowned series that highlights historical phenomenon and lore and heroes and weapons and timelines. I never kept up with the Fate series. I liked the first season, but then never stuck around for. I think I saw the second season, but then I fell off. I don't know if that's a common experience.
I think it generally is because it's, I mean, to the dismay of Fate fans, a lot of those series are kind of the same. They're very samey, just minus like a different cast and animation style. And it's hard to keep up with too. Too many light novels, too many games. And this, I don't know, like the order, it's just, it's very daunting. Like One Piece is daunting because it's so girthy and lengthy.
Yeah.
Fate series is so daunting because it's like a spider web. It's like, where the fuck do I start?
Gotcha. The One Piece isn't
You think
mainstreaming
Gabon will
globally,
ask
so
Eve
maybe
about the One
Oda
Piece?
wouldn't destroy them to not open a can of worms. He did highlight them as the weapons, the world weapons, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like interested what we get for the rest of them. I mean, very clearly there's Sing Tian. Is that the chat wanted, I don't know why they wanted me to ask you for the pronunciation on that one.
It's because I'm Chinese, dude.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
You know, sometimes I will admit I forget I'm Chinese. I only pull out the Chinese card when I have to. You know what I mean?
And for this pronunciation, what did your inner Dana say?
So apparently, according to my Chinese brethren, I pronounced it wrong when I first did my my review. So I looked it up and I got it right here. It's Xing Tian.
Xing Tian?
Yeah.
Like SH, or because I was doing like a ZH at the like,
Dude, same. Yeah. I did Xing Xian,
yeah,
but that's not it.
Yeah, I didn't do the second
Yeah.
half of that, and I'm not gonna do it again. But
yeah. My yellow skin has it's betrayed me. I went to the bathroom and I started squinting my eyes really hard, and then when I relaxed, my eyes just got really wide. I was like, ah, fuck, dude. God,
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine,
feel
though.
like I was throwing an SH, but it wasn't American SH. I was throwing in the Chinese there, but
Yeah.
apparently it's just
So it's like
Xing
Xing Tian.
Xing Tian.
Xing Tian.
But that can't be biblical, right? What is
Xing
it?
Tian is a Chinese deity. You should look him up. He's got the fattest fucking nipples, dude.
I'm looking
Is
at
he
the
down
picture
there?
of him at the
Yeah.
PCB thing.
Yeah, that's the picture. That's the picture. So he doesn't have nipples, but where his nipples are, he has eyes. That shit is funny, bro. That is hilarious, man. Like, how do you come up with that?
Because he's decapitated, so he needed a face somewhere, clearly.
He would have way more aura if he just like sensed everything and not had an extra face.
Yeah. But then they needed an excuse to have extremely widespread pubes, so they made it into a beard.
I just realized that too.
Yeah.
They turned it into a beard.
Yeah.
My god, dude. That's definitely something.
It's kind of like Hold'em.
Yeah, it is like Hold'em, huh?
Yeah.
Hold'em if he just didn't have his head.
Maybe Hold'em is destined for the spear. That's why he showed back up in the cover story.
Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I wanted to talk about, because Alejandro Sola said One Piece is mainstream and global, so Oda wouldn't destroy them to open a can of worms. I think he would. I think there's nothing. I mean, okay, let's think about this realistically, guys. You are a solid enjoyer of the Bible. Let's just play hypotheticals here. Would you really get upset if a pirate fantasy manga just broke one of your weapons that they brought in with like demon magic? I don't think anybody would really care. I don't think anybody's like swinging to bat saying Longinus should never be destroyed. So if Longinus, Graham, for example, because that's also another mythological sword, I don't think anybody would be super upset if any of these broke. Like Muramasa, like if Oda breaks Muramasa, I don't think the Japanese people are gonna be like, "Yo, what?" Just be it's whatever.
Unless he recreated the
Nobody
scene and he bastardized the story too. I think then it might be like he's like, oh, Jesus didn't get stabbed by it. Jesus actually faked out his death from it. He did a
Yeah, as long as we don't bring up like the real like mythos behind these things, I think more or less it's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna find
unless
out.
they bring Jesus Christ into One Piece and they talk about the spirit, then that's like okay, that's a bit strange now. But
Yeah,
if it's just the spirit,
the
it's like,
Rimu
yeah,
Shifu
cool.
family is the family. Like we're gonna find out that Oda transplants them into the story. This guy's actually Rimu
Oh,
Shifu.
we're gonna get like the Last Supper. I mean, not super related to this, but it's like the Last Supper, but it's like all of the Celestial Dragon families
Yeah,
just
exactly.
all alongside him. That'd be hilarious, dude.
That
Yeah.
might ruffle some feathers. That one.
Yeah, that's where it starts getting to be like, I don't know about this one, but
Yeah.
base level, just bringing the weapon in, I think we're chilling.
I mean, the Last Supper is perfect for like a Luffy thematic story thing. Joy Boy's Last Supper, perfect.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
think it's wrong to destroy them, but in today's climate, it's kind of iffy. I wouldn't say so. Like, dude, not too many people like really look up Longinus or like keep up to date with any of these weapons. Like, I think it's fine.
yeah, apparently you guys just said this isn't even biblical anyways. Apparently Longinus is like named outside of the scripture, so which would
Somebody
make
said it's
sense.
in the Holy Bible,
Yeah, like if
but
in
not
the Bible
so
they were like, oh,
too many
Jesus was
iterations.
stabbed by the mythical sword Longinus, and it went into like a paragraph about Longinus, that'd be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like what it's like records of Ragnarok. They're bringing in all these deities from different religions, and guess what? They're getting fucking cooked every week.
Yeah.
Like like I don't think anybody's swinging to bat nowadays for like any of these like figures. So again, I think it's
well, I
nothing
think
greater.
the
I think
Norse
it's more just cool.
Norse stuff would put their foot down with like Marvel taking it first. I don't know if like they're like
Yeah, but guess what? There's more Marvel fans than than fans of all of them. You know what I mean?
that's fair enough.
Like more like nowadays, when you think about Thor, Thor isn't from Norse mythology. He's actually just from Marvel. All right, Marvel took it over. Elbaf isn't based on Norse mythology. It's based on Stan Lee's depiction of Norse
Stan
mythology.
Lee's mythology, his creationism.
Yeah, we're in Stan Lee's world.
Yeah.
It's all jokes, but yeah.
But yeah, Fragarak, Sea God Sword. That one is
Fragarak.
interesting. What's the difference between Fragarak and Bohu? Don't they both lifesteal?
Yeah, they both kind of lifesteal.
So I was confused by that because he goes, this sword feeds on life force. I was like, so what did the last one do? And then he's like, how many slashes can you endure before perishing? And then he doesn't slash him, he stabs him and just pins him again.
I'm assuming both of the swords steal life force because last chapter we saw it steal life out of the trees too.
Yeah.
And I guess this one just does the same. Like, yeah, it looks like I mean, it would make more sense if this was Tohu. So it's like Tohu and Bofu do the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no idea.
Do you think do you think all the swords have like their own ability like this?
I wouldn't hate it. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, give each sword like their own unique ability. Why not? Would that be too much? Maybe, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I
Anything
just feel
for the
like
buff.
I feel like we're in a Chinese manhwa right now where we got like
Oh yeah, one of your cultivation series.
yeah, where we cultivated and then the author decides to just create a whole new tier and just completely negate everything that happened before because that shit doesn't matter anymore. Like you went from the bone density realm to the spirit tempering realm, and then you have like soul heavenly stuff and all that soul heavenly stuff that none of that even pertains to any of the stuff before. It just completely insta kills everything from like the first season. And it's like now when Oda said 19 world weapons like made the world and everything, that low-key felt like we were getting to nothing. The supreme grade, normal grade, like all those grades don't matter.
Yeah, does it even matter anymore?
Yeah, like Zoro's is out here with dinky ass swords, bro. Like Roger's probably laughing because he's like, bro, I thought Supreme Grade Blade was it. I thought Ace would have taken me there. He tosses Ace to the side, and he's like, yeah, shit, I need a world weapon.
Bro, fuck, man. Sommer's taking Zoro's 103 King of Hell Mercy's Damnation attack and not moving. That is crazy.
Yeah.
remember a while back it was like, yo, is Sommer's Kaido level? as a joke. Here we go, dude. Here we go.
Hey,
Sommers is that guy.
Sommers.
So funny, man. I love it.
No, but the problem with it, is we have to run back another conversation, which is it Zoro or is it Enma that won the fight, right? And instead we have to do that with
against King?
no with Sommers. We have to against King. People had that debate where it's like Zoro didn't actually. It was actually Enma who carried the fight, right? And
Sorry, I don't subscribe to like the Enma carry.
right. But the part that we have to run back is Sommers strong or is Graham strong?
I think it's both. And when I say Sommers, it's Sommers plus Emu.
Yeah, but
I think it's a mixture of both.
Oh, you know what I thought was interesting was that apparently Emu can't choose what comes next, but they can pick up their family heirlooms. And like maybe I was like, maybe it's because they took their family heirlooms that Emu was like on RNG mode with their inventory, because that's what it is. It's just inventory at that point, right? Like it's just
it's exactly like a cultivation manga.
Yeah, straight up.
Literally just inventory space out the wazoo.
Pocket.
He needs it comes out.
Yeah. And he's able to hand like a ring over to his friends and allies. Here's the access to my pocket dimension. You can get like 10th grade pills from here. And then in dire need, they pull it out. And it's like, what? Where did they get these world-class weapons? And then the main character's just smiling because he's actually like an isekai character too. But yeah, whatever. Point is that there is a debate where it's like, is Zoro losing to the sword or is he losing to Sommers, or is Sommers able to pull out the sword's like true abilities because it's his family sword? Like there's a lot of conversation I feel like to be had.
I'd say it's Sommers. I'd give it more towards Sommers and Omen than just the sword itself. And plus, like, you gotta master the sword. I'm sure this isn't his first time using it too. I mean, for all we know, Sommers is like a master of the blade. He's been practicing for a while, dude.
So do you think that Sommers, with his normal sword or his vines, if he tried to block this attack, he would be fine, but like his weapon would break?
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, his OG sword would just fucking shatter.
Yeah, because
here he finally has a sword that can withstand his power.
And then the question mark is like, if he were to take damage off of, like, if his normal sword were to go through, it breaks, Zoro's attack goes through a little bit, how damaged is Sommers? Is Sommers even damaged? And the other part is that he shouldn't really take too much damage because like Zoro hasn't mastered the Conqueror's Haki enough to like kill him, I guess, or like do what.
This is his Conqueror's Haki attack, the 103.
Yeah, this is it, but like that's where it's confusing. Where we saw Luffy and Loki use Conqueror's Haki, and it did affect Sommers, but I still like the way it affected, like when Scopper did it. It feels different still. You know what I mean? The when Scopper does it, I don't know if Zoro's there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like if this attack goes through, does it have the same effect that Scopper does? I don't know. I truly do not know. And
all we need,
Sanji's further.
We need a statement from Zoro and Sanji. Well, maybe not Sanji because he hasn't like fought him, but a statement from Zoro saying, "Man, this guy's tougher than Kaido."
Yeah.
That's all we need. If he just says that next week, done. Which we don't have a chapter next week, but still.
In 2 weeks. 11:90.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
11:90.
We just need to drop the Kaido comment and we're solid, dude.
Yeah.
The Sommers agenda's going tough.
Zephy Lagardo with a $5 super chat says, random facts. The Oda today is not the real Oda. They killed or did something to the real Oda. That's the reason why they never show his face. Well, they don't show a lot of mangaka's faces. That's a newer thing. That like some mangaka are revealing themselves.
It's like Hokuzono. He wears like a mask.
Yeah. I think Oda also wears a mask too, in general. Unless he's doing like an actual reveal. Like he did it to that one podcast or YouTube group in Japan. And then he shows up and like everyone, it was the one where it's like, oh, Oda has Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah.
But
speaking of which, Kagurabachi. I wonder if the new chapter's out.
Oh, let me know if it is. Are we back?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're back this week.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. We had a whole conversation about Kagurabachi, like a segment, just quickly about it, where now we're going from a world where like legendary ships and like legendary shipwrights, like the Galila, were huge, but now in One Piece, I don't care about the ships anymore. I want to know who made these weapons. Who's the blacksmith behind them? Right? The 19 world weapons. Who made these weapons? It's kind of a
I'm
big
assuming
deal.
just people from their own kingdom, like because these guys all came from like somewhere else. I like to imagine each and every kingdom forged this blade.
Oh,
That's why
it
they're
could
also.
be that they
I
all
mean, that
came
could be why
from.
they're also different.
They came from the same, or they could have come from the same entity, like same school, because we do have.
Oh, like maybe when they like first waged war against the ancient kingdom, one guy stepped up like a Kunishige, and he said, "I'll help you guys beat Joy Boy."
Yeah, no, straight up, because
Be
that's
fun.
like it's kind of like Tom making the Oro Jackson and then Frankie making the Thousand Sunny out of atom wood, right? Like now I'm like, okay, so who made these swords? Like it could be that, yeah, like there used to be a place where you get your weapons made. There was a legendary swords master or swordsmith or blacksmith or whatever, and they're like a huge tie to like Emu and Joy Boy and whatever. Um, because if we're gonna make world weapons, and in Wano especially, it was a big deal of how weapons were forged. Enma's whole thing was like, oh, it was made by the same person that like trained Zoro as a kid, and that carried a weight to it. And that was a legendary swordsmith that had like a delineation from like the oh my god, what are the names? Uh the Sandai Katetsu, the Katetsu blades. He
Yeah.
he had a direct link to the Katetsu's um blades because of the whole name scheme, whatever
If we
thing.
meet a master weaponsmith, that'd be so dope, though. I will admit that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying.
It's
Like
like a brand new
my
character.
favorite series have are surround the main characters are blacksmiths. So like
Fucking Kagurabachi.
yeah, and Overgeared. There's another series.
Okay.
Yeah, Overgeared is a really good one that I like.
Dude, Kagurabachi's so fire. Just reread it. I just caught up again last night.
Oh damn. Oh, I completely fell off of
Dude.
that.
Love Soga.
Damn. What if they were forged by the
Soga's
Earth God?
supremacy.
The first Katetsu is definitely
Okay.
a sword right now. Yeah, we know that this Katetsu's already in the Gorosei's hand, right? We know that. Right?
Yeah, Shodai Katetsu belongs to Ethan Baron.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder if he's gonna drop the sword for like his family sword. And same goes for like I raised this question for Jupiter as well. Like since we have Shepard and Jupiter from the or Sommers and Shepard or Sommers fuck Sommers and Jupiter, they're from the same family. So when they fight, like what do? Do they share the sword?
Yeah.
Or do they like make duplicates, copies?
Yeah, that's why I don't think you can duplicate copy. I think that it's literally like Emu was expecting to
One-ofs.
get one of the weapons and then pulled out Xing Tian and was like, "Whoops, this one's way too strong. I needed Longinus." And it's like, "Oh, wait, maybe that Rimu Shifu kid is wielding it." Do you want it to be like a high school anime where the original 20 Kings all went to school and learned how to use their sword there? No, but
No.
at,
Not necessarily.
yeah, at this rate, like it seems like the 20 Kings hung out. You know, like it's not that far off. Like if everything used to be one land, I'm sure they met. You know what I mean? Like if everything was one piece, as the trademark theory goes, the One Piece hive theory goes, that the One Piece world used to be one piece of land. Probably these 20 Kings were probably like no different than a high school. You know what I mean? They met up to resolve some stuff, and it's like again Rimu Shifu. And then the Shepherd's family is like, not you again, Rimu Shifu. I don't know why I'm putting it all on Rimu Shifu. They're just names. Their names are just, crazy. It's
Imagine we go back to the Void Century. The OG 20 Kings and Queens look just like the God Knights we have today. Like the OG Rimu Shifu guy just looks like Killingham.
I mean, it would play into. I could see it make sense. I mean,
It's
for
like
a
how like Lily
second,
looks like Vivi.
when Sommer said Emu revived us, I was like, whoa, because the way the way I read it here, it says, but guess what? When the Great One revived us with Omen, I was like, what do you mean they revived you? I thought it was talking about like from because it said 800 years ago. I thought we were talking about 800 years ago they revived us with Omen, but then I remembered like, oh no, he's talking about on Elbaf they got revived with Omen. So like he granted them access to the swords on Elbaf. But because I was thinking like straight up like they were genetically like brought back to life from the Void Century, but I just read that wrong. I read a few things wrong in this chapter, but I got it corrected. Got it corrected. But yeah. So I have like 10-ish minutes. I have 10 minutes left in the stream. I have a meeting to get to. But the chapter was a little bit delayed, so sorry about the shorter stream. And sorry for having to go deal with my driveway situation in the middle of the reaction. But I am curious. Does this does this change your? You don't have to answer per se like what you think happened, but like Loki, Shanks. This conversation was kind of predictable, but like I felt like it would have happened later. Like I thought it was a conversation they had like on the seas. What do you think? Do you think that this changes the dynamic of their fight per se later on?
No.
No, yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it.
I mean, you know, I feel like everything we got here, we kind of already knew.
Yeah,
Like, there's the probably the reason why Shanks fought Loki was to stop him from going too early,
yeah,
and that's just what it is.
mm-hmm. Yeah, which is interesting because Loki said like, he doesn't value to this day. Loki's not valuing what Shanks did for him by saying that like I wasn't even able to make it to him, but if the king of the world really has come out to play, this is the perfect chance. So he's not looking at this situation like he's looking at this situation like, wow, I was tied up, I wasn't able to make it to him in the first run, but he came to me, so now I could just set the deal straight. Whereas, like, if he really reflected on what Shanks did, he would be looking at it, especially post fight with Emu, as like, oh wow, Shanks saved my ass. Because if I went up to Emu at the Holy Land, then I would have got my ass handed to me, just like I did just now. Probably even worse, probably dying and sacrificing all the people with him. So, it is interesting because it makes you wonder what that fight looks like. Because if Loki loses a fight against Shanks, and it's straight up, then he wouldn't be like, okay, if I can't beat Shanks, then how would I beat the world government? How would I beat the king of the world, right? But if he's looking at it as like, damn, Shanks stopped me from taking down this guy, but now this guy is here and there's no Shanks to stop me. That's a whole different. Why does he look at it like that? If he lost to Shanks and he lost to Emu, he should look at the situation a little bit differently. But curious to know what happens like later on, like if like because this is a whole separate thing. But I was laughing when Gerd shows up and Gerd's like, let me look at your wounds. I'm like, what, to tell him that he's like already dead? Like,
Yeah, Gerd, not exactly. I mean, you know, better to have a doctor than to not have one.
but we have Chopper.
But I don't think Garrett is like top 5 in, you know.
No, Gerd's a real doctor, not a One Piece doctor. That's the difference.
Yeah, she's like a real life doctor, not a fantasy doctor. So
yeah, because I agreed with what Loki said.
No techniques.
Loki was like, "You're making my wounds worse." And I was like, "Yeah, that's straight up what it is."
Garrett's gonna look at him and say, "Loki, you need bed rest for 1 year." All right.
No,
cool.
She said that after the Cerberus wounds, he gets up and fights Emu, and there's no wounds to even look at. Like, it's not even Emu. Emu's not even like, oh, you're already wounded. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, Garrett, interesting character to bring here. Yeah. I just feel like, you know, we didn't know where to put her, so Oda's like, you know, just throw her over here. Just have her look at Loki's wounds and call it a day.
Yeah.
Which makes me excited for like Roto Goldberg and all of them too. Because since Oda's bringing Garrett back into play, it's like, well, we could see the other guys like doing something too against Zaza.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, let me see. Trying to think. If there's anything crazy before we go. We have Parcast. Hopefully Kagurabachi. Seems like Kagurabachi this weekend. Oh,
Yeah.
next chapter. Do you think what do you have in store for next chapter? What do you feel like is the next set of events?
I think that Scopper Gabon is gonna severely rage bait Emu.
Oh, with
Void Sentry knowledge.
yeah. Yeah. I actually
I think it'll be so easy.
yeah. I think like Scopper should be able to put 2 and 2 together between something between the Void Sentry that he learned about and Emu's appearance, Emu's like weapons. Like if Bohu,
Yeah.
like all these things are mentioned in the Void Sentry, I'm sure he's like, so you're the one who collected all of them. But you don't have the One Piece, and we find out like the One Piece is a weapon or some shit. No, that'd be a crazy reveal. But what I'm thinking is Oda demonstrated a level of efficiency that in the chapter while I was reading it, I was already cooking. I was like, why is Gerd? Hireden shouldn't even be here. I was mad at Yarul for saying go back up Loki because it makes no sense for Hireden to go back up Loki. I get why Yarul was saying it. And then I realized the reason why Hireden and Gerd had to come is so that Chopper could come. And Oda demonstrated the efficiency by having Chopper instantly translate Ragnir. And then, very next panel, have Robin show up to be like, Chopper, we need you to translate Biblo. So I feel like next chapter, it's going to be like a Scopper telling us something and Biblo telling us something. And Chopper like is able to translate it, and it connects to like Stopper saying something along the lines of like who Emu is according to the Void Century, and Biblo being like hoot hoot hoot, and then Chopper being like, you mean to tell me that guy is in that book, the Harley text? And then Biblo's like hoot hoot hoot, and then Robin's like, oh my god, you're saying he's right here in this book, like part of the book? And Saul and Robin read the book, and then they figure out that Emu's like one of the gods or one of the people. And that might be next chapter, especially if this chapter's titled King of the World. You know, Harley Text had the part where man becomes god. It might be that this like Biblo's like, that is the man who became god, like that is the guy, or something like that, and that's something that we know, but that's something that next chapter probably plays into. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I feel like similar pages. Zoro Sanji. Oh, this is a hot take.
Agree. For the most part, yeah. I mean, I same time, yeah.
Sorry. Wait, it cut out a little bit. What did you say?
Oh no, I was just saying that I could definitely see us getting the Emu lore from Scopper the same time that learn it from Biblo.
Yeah.
So it's like all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scopper got death flags? Yes. I've already, again, in this video, where's the video? In one of my videos, I just changed the title to Who Will Die in Elbath. In that video, I already said Scopper's gonna be the one to die, so him showing up the way he did feels like he's going to be kaput, but that's just a me thing. That's probably not a side thing. But yeah, last thing I guess is hot take. Well, we got the Zoro Sanji stuff from the predictions that we talked about a little bit, some stuff, which I call that a W. But do you feel like we get their loss on screen, or do you think they lose off screen?
Wait, what's up? Say it again.
Zoro and Sanji, do you feel like we get their fights like on screen after reading this chapter, or do you think that they lose off screen?
screen. I feel like there's no world you can't build up the fight and then we just off screen it, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. So it cut out a little bit there, so I'm just gonna summarize. He said, "There, in your opinion, you don't feel like there's a world where we build up the fights, so and off screen them after all that build up." Sai can't register his
Oh, he
voice
got
being
it.
off screened. Yeah. But yeah, with that, guys,
He nailed it.
we'll tune out. Sai's a little bit lagging, and that's fine. Perfect timing, to be honest, because I gotta go for this meeting. I'll see you guys for
I don't know why.
1190, and we'll in 2 weeks. But we'll have Parcast. We'll have hopefully a video. Hopefully my Shanks Loki video comes out. Pray for it, guys. Hopefully the editor pushes it out. I might have to throw. I might not just update it just so that it like I could post it really quickly. Like I really don't think that the update that we got of Shanks Loki in this chapter is so meaningful that we update it, because what happens in this chapter I basically say in the video. It's just it doesn't happen. Like when I said it would happen, it doesn't happen there. It happens now. So I'll probably just leave it, upload it directly. It is what it is. But yeah, without that, hopefully the next update or next stream I'll have my laptop again, so we don't have like all these technical difficulties. But thank you guys for all the support. A lot of people with their monthly subscriptions coming back up, so I appreciate all that. And then thank you, Sai, for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Appreciate it. Sorry I'm lagging out, guys.
now you're good. It all happens all the time. All right, peace out, guys. Thank you for being here.